All right, welcome race fans. We are back tonight with the Lucky Dog Sim Racing League here at Kansas in the Cup cars, the Gen 6, actually, what they're running. Right now, Dwayne, our driver, top of the leaderboard here, but I think he's going to be helping me in the booth tonight, not racing. So
yes,
we tried to get a hold of Chris Hogue, but anyhow, take a look at the race analytics coming in tonight. 62-degree air temperature, 73-degree track temperature. They're doing 100 laps here tonight. That's 150 miles. Tire window about 45 to 55 laps. Same for fuel. And pit road speed, 45 miles an hour. All right. Points haven't really changed a whole lot, but Gary Slapinski slips into second there, right behind Michael Pegg by 20 points, tied with Paul Witt. Dave Acacia now in fourth, 23 points back. Jacob Edson in fourth place, he's 23 behind. I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong. Dave Acacia, fourth place, 23 behind. Jacob Edson, fifth place, he's 30 behind. John Schooneman in sixth, he is 78 points back. Gary Whitmer in seventh, 82 back. John Held in eighth place, he's 134 behind. Jeff Gilmore in ninth, he's 138 back. And Joel Guy rounds out the top 10, 151 points behind the leader. Dwayne?
11th place, Frank Remuglia. He is 159 back. Sandy Curtis, 12th, 166 back. Now we've got a tie for 13th between John Henderson and Chris Hogue. They are both 171 back. 15th is Ray Zerkut. He's 200 behind the leader. 16th, Everett Lane, 203 back. Don Davis in 17th, 210 behind. Jared Daniels in 18th, he is 230 back. Robert DuPont in 19th, he is 241 back. And Brian Rainville rounds out the top 20, he is 245 behind the lead.
Well, Dwayne, I know you've been out there practicing a little bit. What's it feel like?
Well, it feels pretty good. You can almost hammer down through the entire track. Doesn't matter if you're in the high line or the low line, you really don't have to lift too much, even on older tires. So it's going to be really hard to pass here, because even though the draft is going to come into play on the backstretch, through the corners, it's really hard to gain on the guy in front of you. You're going to either need drafting help from 2 or 3 guys lining up behind you, or have the guy in front of you make a mistake. That's really right. It's going to be tough. I expect to see pack racing for the first half of this race, but if we get some long green flag runs and the pit stops start coming, the field will get spread out.
Well, you got that baby just wound right out, don't you?
Yes, sir. Right up against the wall is actually the fast line around this joint.
I guess that's why you're at the top of the leaderboard right now.
Well, in all honesty, I did have a little draft help in getting that, but this track is so unique. It's one of the few tracks where the high line is actually the preferred line all the way around the track.
Right.
The problem with the low line is just that the car gets so tight down here.
Yep.
And you pretty much need the whole track coming off the corner, especially if you're side by side with someone, to be able to gain or maintain your position. So you're going to see guys, they're going to be searching. You're going to see some guys take the middle lane. Some guys are going to diamond it. But if you want to save your tires, the easiest way is to stay out here by the wall, and as you go in the corner, just lift your foot off the gas long enough for the car to settle, then get right back on it. You're going to be faster by flat footing it, but you burn your tires quicker.
Right.
So in the mid, as you enter one right here, I'm just going to lift off, and I'm right back on it.
Looks good, man. That's why it's going to be so difficult to pass here.
Yep.
Well, I just wanted to mention real quick, this was this was the track when this come out here, Dwayne. This is when I started learning about the progressive banking. Now, there is a couple other tracks, and I don't remember right now offhand, maybe you do, but that has progressive banking. And I don't know if people understand what progressive banking is, but each lane, the banking is just a little tiny bit more banking. Like, you know, down on the bottom, it might be 7 degrees, and maybe the next lane up, it might be 9 degrees, and maybe the next lane up, it might be 12 degrees, something like that. But it's just a little bit each one. And that's why when you get up there close to that wall, you really feel comfortable up there, you know, because you got more banking up there, actually.
Right. Yeah, Homestead's the other one.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember what that was, but, doggone it. So, all right, well, folks, we're going to step away here in just a second for the national anthem, but stay with us. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, and we'll see who's going to be on the pole for tonight's race.
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching MaxspeedTV.
All right, folks, we are back. Qualifying is just starting to get fired up here. Nobody's turned in a time. They're actually just now rolling off a pit road. So, yeah, Dirty Don Davis, good to see him in there. And Travis Turnmeyer, Michael Pegg, our point leader, Gary Slapinski, Damon Cox joining us tonight. Ray Zercut, Jacob Edson, pick your poison there, folks. Who's your favorite driver? There's Tristan. Thank you, MaxspeedTV, as always, for hosting these amazing races. Hoping to put on an amazing show for you guys. I am sure you will, Tristan. I have no doubt in my mind. And apparently your name is not going to be showing up on the ticker or something. I don't know, something. Brian stopped down. He did something, and I can't remember what he said now. Something about putting something behind your name or something, and it messed up your name. So it'll show up as a blank on your name, Tristan. Sorry about that, buddy. Not my fault. Don't blame me. I didn't do nothing wrong. There's Dirty Dawn on the top. Whoa!
Yes, sir, and we'll see how much these guys can pick it up on their second lap. Frank G now up top.
Yeah. Gary Slapinski. Well, Peg's coming around. He's good at these poles. Travis Turnmeyer fourth. He's going to turn in his second lap here. See what he gets. He did not pick up any. Oh, he did pick up. Yeah, he picked up 2 more positions. And Michael Pegg went to second on the board. 19 one-thousandths of a second behind Gary Slapinski. That's pretty doggone close.
Yep.
I know for a fact you can't blink that fast. Well, good luck tonight there, Tristan, and good luck to all the drivers. He's out there trying to turn a lap here. He rolls in 9th on the grid. Paul Witt 10th, and Ray Zercut 11th so far. Don Schoeneman is on the track. We'll see what he can turn in. Never did see that other number that he never come in, did he? Dwayne, you said the number 40?
That would be Timothy Woodson. And no, he did not. He is not in session.
Okay. I see we got another one, though. Todd Willis joining us.
Yep.
Very good. Very good. And Ray Zercut to the top of the leaderboard.
There you go.
Oh, my goodness. By 23 thousandths of a second. Unbelievable. Nice lap, Ray Zercut. Man, we got enough time. Let me drag him down here real quick. Ray Zercut, congratulations on the pole there, brother.
Got lucky. Thank you.
Got lucky? Okay.
I was leaning forward.
Oh, you were leaning forward. Okay. That helped. That helped a little bit. Heck yeah, man. Well, congratulations on the pole. That's great. Good job, Ray.
Thank you very much.
Good luck tonight, brother. Barely hear him. If I can turn up his volume. He's pretty low. There we go. Okay. All right, so looks like, yeah, nobody else is going to... Oh, nice car there. I like Todd Willis's car.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old Darrell Waltrip paint job there, Western Auto. Okay, that's going to wrap up qualifying. All right. Well, we will be transitioning into the nighttime there. Dwayne was telling us about it here a little while ago, so we will get to that here in just a minute. First off, we're going to run through the grid. Starting on the pole, Ray Zercut with a 30.126. Congratulations to him for grabbing that pole. Holy smokes. Very nice. 24 one-thousandths of a second quicker than Gary Slapinski. Gary going to be starting on the outside of the front row. I don't think he's used to that, is he, Dwayne?
No, he's used to being on that. Well,
Yeah.
he might prefer that, though, as the outside line is where you want to be here tonight.
True. That is true, yeah. All right, row 2, Michael Pegg starting 3rd, Gasman in 4th. In row number 3, Travis Turnmeyer 5th. Paul Witt will be starting in the 6th position. In row number 4, Tristan Underwood, great qualifying effort by him. He will start 7th. Jacob Edson in 8th. In row 5, we're going to have Dirty Don Davis starting 9th. Man, what a great qualifying effort by him. Gary Ragland 10th. Dwayne?
In row 6, it's going to be Damon Cox starting 11th. Dave Acacia to his outside in 12th. Cox, the last driver to take a qualifying time. Row 7 is going to be Todd Willis starting in 14th position on the outside. Row 8 will be John Schoeneman 15th. Thomas Holder to his outside in 16th. Row 9, Brian Pierce in 17th. Joel Guy in 18th. And Chris Hogue in row 10 will round out the field in 20th place.
Very good. Yeah, that was a heck of a lap Ray Zercut laid down there, man. I bet you that surprised the heck out of Gary Slapinski right there, because he had the pole up to that point, and he probably thought, we're good, man. I got the pole. And here along comes Ray Zercut, and wow, took that away. But again, like you said, if Gary is starting on that outside, that's the line you want to be on. And I think Ray's prepared.
This is one of those times where he's not too upset to start second.
Right? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Ray's prepared, though. He knows he's probably not going to lead the first lap of the race. I think he is prepared for that.
Going to be very similar, but slightly different. Next week, we're going to go to Las Vegas next Wednesday. So it's a similar track, but the outside line there is not where you want to be for the most part.
Right. Exactly.
All right, well, here we go. Getting ready for 100 laps of racing. These cars off.
Green flag, green
There's
flag.
the green. We're underway from Kansas.
Well, good start by everybody, man. Great right on that. That was really awesome. And there goes Gary trying to get a run on that outside. Remember now, folks, they are on cold tires. And that does make a huge difference, doesn't it, Dwayne?
It does. The colder tires kind of want to slide around a little more. Doesn't have as much grip as hotter tires. But right now, you just got whoa, we got somebody loose in the wall.
Uh-oh. Oh,
Everybody
yeah,
gets
Dirty
by
Don.
Todd Willis.
And Gary will lead the first lap of the race. I think Dirty Don was in that. Yeah.
Yes, he was. And Chris Hogue involved as well.
Oh, man. Well, no caution because they are off the track. So Ray Zercut already goes back to fourth place. Paul Witt on the outside there. Michael Pegg kind of trying to follow Ray up through, I do believe. Yeah, Michael Pegg, now he is sitting back in sixth place. I know that's not where he wants to be, but it is early, plenty of time to get there. I don't think he's too awful concerned right now. Gary looking strong up here right now, Dwayne. Wow.
Yes, sir.
Doesn't he always, though?
Yeah.
You know,
Dive to
seriously.
the inside. comes
Oh,
Paul
yeah.
Witt.
Yes, sir. He is coming alive, man. Coming from sixth and side-by-side battle there with teammate Gasman. And Michael Pegg looking to the inside of Razor Cut. He had to get a little heat built up in them tires, and once he did, look out. Here comes Tristan Underwood up through, too. So there is some really tough battles out there right now. And when I mean tough because, like you said earlier, Dwayne, it is so hard to pass.
Oh, we got another car in the wall. That is Damon Cox.
Uh-oh.
He keeps it off, keeps it straight.
Yep.
Doesn't wreck anybody, and we stay green, but that damage is going to cost him speed on the track.
Yep. Yeah, you found that out in practice. You were telling me about that. It was like, oh, man, it just totally... You couldn't keep up with Gary Slapinski up there.
No, we were pretty much bumper to bumper the entire way around, but just a little tap of the wall, just a little scrape. It didn't even hurt the car, but it slowed me up enough. He got gone out.
Right. Well, Paul Witt in the FOC car there.
The guy I'm watching right now who was very fast in practice, currently running 7th, Travis Turnmeyer. Keep an eye on him tonight. He just may be able to come up front and pull out an upset here.
Yeah, I think he's being very patient right now. He's let a couple of guys go by, and let them burn their tires up, and he'll reel them in later.
Yeah, and when you have a setup like this where you can flat-foot it through the corners, it's very hard to save tires, because to save tires, you have to let out of the throttle. Well, if you're letting out of the throttle and other guys are flat-footing it, you run the risk of getting run over. So
yeah,
this is really one of those tracks where you've got to pick and choose your battles, and you've got to pick and choose where you can and can't save tires.
True. Paul Witt looks to the inside of Gasman. He's down one lane off the top there. Just can't get... Boy, did you see that big wiggle by Gasman?
I did.
Holy smokes. And boy, look at this. Paul Witt left the door open up on that upper line for Michael Pegg to get by.
Yeah, and you're seeing it right now. That bottom line just does not have any speed up off the corner.
Michael Pegg goes into third, and he is looking to take second from Gasman. He comes up beside him, but he's on that bottom, like you said, Dwayne. Boy, look at that big run. He just got off the bottom, and he comes up. Oh my goodness! I thought he was gonna come up in front of Gasman there, but I think he thought better of that.
You can pass on the low line here, but you've got to be in front of the guy you're racing before the apex of the corner.
Right.
And that, because you need all that room on the track from the bottom of the track to the wall, you need the room to be able to complete the pass. So if you're still side by side with him coming off the corner, give the advantage to the guy on the outside. Edson in 4th, going to the outside, but he did scrape the wall that time. We'll have to see how much it affects him. And here's two guys a little bit further back in the back, Rudy. They've been side by side quite a while. Damon Cox and Todd Willis. They've been swapping that position back and forth, and that's allowed Joel Guy to get involved as well.
Oh yeah. Well, it looks like Chris Hogue took his car behind the wall already. Yeah, I see that. Boy, Joel Guy back here. Now, Joel 10th in the points, so for him to maintain that, boy, he has got to really be digging tonight. Look at that side-by-side race between those two. That was amazing. They were just inches apart.
Yeah, and they've been doing that since the drop of the green.
Golly, man, that's some good racing back there.
Zerkut now in danger of losing seventh place.
Yeah.
Schooneman on the outside.
Yeah, how about John Schooneman coming from 15th? That's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing run so far.
Yes, sir.
Jacob Edson's still on that high side. Michael Pegg gets by him there, does clear him, and maintains that third place. But, man, I'll tell you what, Edson was giving him a hard time.
Yeah.
Both excellent racers. And another one, too, Paul Witt. We'll watch and see if Paul Witt can't get up there. Now, here's the thing with Paul Witt. He did actually wind up tying with Gary Slapinski after last week's race. And both of them are 20 points behind Michael Pegg, so it's going to be very important. I think bonus points are going to come into play here tonight for first, second, and third.
I think you're right.
Definitely they're going to be fighting for bonus points, I think. Slapinski, boy, put some distance on him, 0.6 of a second back to second place. You know, we might just go green the whole way here. I probably shouldn't have said that. We'll knock on wood. Just
Well, it's very possible. Right now, Schooneman is back to 9th and trying to hold off Gary Ragland for 10th.
Yeah. He must have slipped a little bit there because he was up to 7th.
I think he might have brushed the wall.
That could have been because I see Tristan Underwood got by. Tristan almost back where he started from. It's a shame Ray Zerkut's back here in 7th right now after starting on the pole. But he could be just saving his equipment right now.
Yeah, we're only 18 laps into a 100-lap event.
Yeah.
No need to push it here. Lots of time to stay up there. You can stay up there and stay in the pack, and that's what he's doing. What's really going to separate this field, though, is if get a couple of green flag pit stops in, and it's really going to spread them out.
Yeah. All right, gas man Michael Pegg and Jacob Edson right on top of one another here. Edson started 8th place. He's running in 4th. Would love nothing more than to get up there and battle with Gary Slapinski. I think everybody out there right now loves battling with him. You were talking about Travis Turnmeyer earlier. Look at this. Right back into 5th.
Yes, sir. And Todd Willis gets around Dave Acacia for 11.
Yeah, Todd showing some promising here after starting 14th, picking up a couple spots, and he's kind of settled into that middle lane. I don't know. There's a few guys that are running the upper lane, a few guys are running the middle lane. I don't think anybody's actually, well, I take that back. Dave Acacia is running right there on the bottom. Oh, yeah, we got one in the wall. Joel Guy, he saves it. Wow.
Nice save, but that damage is going to cost him.
Yep, and right in front of Damon Cox. Golly, me and Damon had to have been thinking, oh, man, my race night's over. Good save by Joel Guy. Now he's got a car that's mishandling bad back here. Just horrible. Well, Gasman has closed the gap on Gary, though.
Yeah, and right now, if you watch how they go into the corner, you'll see exactly what I was talking about. Their speeds are pretty much identical.
Right.
And when you're running the same speed as the guy in front of you, you're not gaining on him and you're not losing. You're just kind of riding right in his tracks there. And that's why it's so hard to pass here, because the draft is not as prominent as, say, at a super speedway it would be. So right now we're 23 laps into it. The tires have worn to the point where they're just kind of riding around now, waiting for their first caution or their first pit stop. Sorry. But if they get a caution, I'm sure they wouldn't complain.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. A pretty cloudy day up there too, man. I'm telling you, a lot of clouds in the sky. Should help the grip on the track. That's what I think, probably keeping that track a little cooler right now.
Yeah, right now track temperature 76 degrees.
Oh boy.
So, and as we get into sunset and into nighttime, that's only going to drop. And as it drops, they're going to get even more grip than they have now.
Sure. Well, hopefully Dave Acacia can get up there to the front. He's still running in 12th after starting 12th. Let's run down through the field here real quick. Gary Slapinski started second on the outside of that front row, man, and Ray Zerkut taking the pole here tonight. But anyhow, he has led all the laps so far, 24 of them. Gasman started fourth place, has yet to get to the front, but he is running in second. Michael Pegg started third, went back a little ways. Now he's back up into third. Jacob Edson started eighth after some checkups there and a few close calls. A lot of guys kind of backed out of it. Jacob Edson goes into fourth. Travis Turnmeyer started fifth, fell back a couple. Now he's back into fifth. Paul Witt started sixth. He was up there in battle too. He has fallen back to his originally starting position there, sixth. Ray Zerkut started on the pole. Now back in seventh. Tristan Underwood, which started seventh, he's running in eighth. John Schoeneman started 15th, running in ninth. Todd Willis started 14th, running in 10th. He's coming up through there, Dwayne, pretty good.
Yeah, he is.
Gary Ragland started 10th. He is running in 11th. David Casey has started 12th, running in 12th. Damon Cox started 11th, running in 13th. Joel Guy started 18th, running in 14th. And Dirty Don Davis, last one out there, still on the lead lap by he's about 3/4 of a lap behind. But he started 9th, running in 15th after hitting the wall.
Yeah, and he's one of the guys out there who's hoping for a caution.
Yep. And right now, I think these guys are they're content just riding till they get through the pit stops here. Some of these guys are probably going to pick up quite a bit, Dwayne, in the pit stops.
Yeah, and it's going to be really close, Rudy, but I got a feeling some guys are going to try it. They're going to try to go to lap 50, halfway. Do this on one stop, thinking it's going to stay green the whole way.
Yep.
So I'm sure that's what Slavinsky's thinking. That's what my strategy would be. Just run it as far as I can.
Right.
Because if you can get to the halfway mark without having to stop for fuel, you only got to stop once.
That's right. Yep.
But that does make your pit stop more critical. And this is a tough pit road to get on. You've got to back out of it, the angle to get onto this pit road. You can very easily miss it and find yourself out in the grass. And Schoeneman trying to maintain, but Todd Willis and Gary Ragland are right there. Close battle for these three.
Yeah, watching this right now, boy. Yeah, them three right on top of one another. Holy smoke. And boy, watch this, because Todd Willis is getting a good run, but they're going three wide back here.
Yes,
Whoa.
they are.
Man, that was
Gary
close.
Ragland not afraid to take it three wide, and they have the room. You could essentially run three wide all the way around this track and not have a problem.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, he got a good enough run there, but he doesn't have any draft help, and that's what's hurting Gary Ragland right now. He's probably going to have to eventually just kind of settle in behind Todd Willis there, hopefully.
Yeah, he's hoping Schoeneman would drop it down and give him some help, but that is not the case here. He's going to have to, there he goes.
Yep. He's better off just riding it out right now. Got to get through this first pit stop and tire changes. How many tires they got? They got unlimited? 4 sets? Okay.
So if you were thinking tire-wise, you'd split it into thirds.
All right.
Pit in the next lap, lap 33, 66, and then you're set. Well, so you'd stop twice, but I got a feeling these guys are going to try to do it in one.
Yep, I think you're right.
Davis
before we
now
go,
in danger of going to lap down.
who? Dirty Don?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yep. Doggone it. That little bit of damage doesn't take much, you know.
Yeah, it does
How
not.
about a little crank it up?
Sounds good to me.
All right, let's do it. All right, we're back, folks, and man, I'm telling you, look at this 3 wide stuff going on up in the front here. This is insane.
Right?
Great stuff, though. Great racing. I like to see racing like that.
Great to watch.
Yeah. Great. Gas man Michael Pegg and Jacob Edson, man, right on top of each other. Yeah, Paul Witt, while we were away there, folks, Paul Witt did stop. He made his first pit stop of the night, so... but he did go a lap down, but he'll get back on the lead lap. We're thinking that maybe he might be going to try to do this in 2 pit stops, or maybe, we don't know yet. Maybe the leaders are going to try to go to lap 50.
Well, right now, he is definitely the fastest car out there on those fresh tires.
Yeah.
Leader ran a 32 flat. Paul Witt ran a 30.2.
Yep.
So he's almost 2 seconds ahead of the entire field right now. And Todd Willis just had a moment. He got extremely loose coming off a 2, went all the way down to the infield, well, to the apron there, and brought it back up on the track. No harm, no foul. We stay green.
And Razor Cut takes his car behind the wall?
That's what I'm showing.
No. I can't believe he did that. He was our pole sitter.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, man. Yeah, he left TeamSpeak too. Doggone it. Well, stuff happens, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that leaves us with 14 drivers in the race, 12 on the lead lap.
If you're just joining us, folks, we've been caution-free the whole way so far.
Caution-free the whole way, and we're only 10 laps away from halfway.
Hey, Shane Gross in chat there. Yeah, I think you're right. These guys they're almost committed now to do that, you know, to go to the halfway mark. We got the front, 13, I do believe, that have not been to pit road yet.
Yeah, and Gary Slapinski has led them all. He's been the only leader so far. He's only 10 laps away from clinching it.
Well, big pull away there from Gasman, Michael Pegg and Jacob Edson. Gary, wow, 2 seconds up there to Gary.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been running consistent lap times. He's consistently been running the 32.0 bracket. Just ran another one. Everyone else is running 32.3s or slower. So
Right.
he's got the consistency side figured out.
Travis Turnmeyer, he's fallen off the pace a little bit here. Here comes Paul Witt. He's coming to try to get his lap back the old-fashioned way, Dwayne.
And with those fresh tires, he is definitely going to be able to do it.
Yeah, he will. He'll pass these three he's coming up on here pretty quickly. And then he'll be looking for... Oh, wow, is this Michael Pegg making a move? Yeah, he's making a move to go to second here on Gasman. And not going to be able to do it.
He's hoping to get some drafting help from Paul Witt, but Witt will probably take him 3 wide here to get by.
Oh, yeah. There he goes. He's dropping down there. Paul Witt dropping down to give Michael a little bit of draft there, and I think it might have been enough on that turn. Now, if he could just do it one more time in 3 here, he might be able to clear Gasman and go into second. There he does. Now, if he can come up in front of him, there he goes. He got second out of it. Very nice. That's what you. That's a Dwayne LaPrade classic using a pick. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And these guys in that battle are now over 3 seconds behind Slapinski. Tell you what, Rudy, why don't we ride on board with Slapinski? See how he gets around here, because I've noticed he drives a little bit differently than most other drivers.
Yeah. Well, we're on board with him here. Let's see what he does.
This is when he goes down into 1 here. There's off the throttle. Now he's right back on it.
Yep.
What that does, just being off that throttle for 2 seconds, saves his tires, and that's how he's able to maintain those consistent lap times. He's
Right.
going to do it again right here. Going down, he's off the throttle, right back on as soon as he feels the front end stick.
Yep. Man. And that's why he pulled away over 3 seconds now. Dang.
These other guys back here.
Oh,
they're
Michael Pegg
back.
coming in. Pegg coming in.
Like it, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. He peeled off by himself, and he's coming in.
Well, I hope he does.
Oh,
he
man.
can make it 52 laps, because that's what
Yeah.
it's going to take to get to the end.
Well, Jacob Edson got around Gasman and goes into second. I would not be a bit surprised to see Gary Slapinski come in the next lap or two here. I bet you he's going to go, yeah, he's going to go probably one more lap and he'll come in. Because then that'll put him at the halfway mark.
Yeah, I would definitely wait till the halfway mark, because then you know you're set. Even if we, for some reason, have a green-white checker, you know you're set for the rest of the race. Not to mention, at that point in the race, if he can cross the line here, the best anyone can do is tie him for the most laps led. So if I'm Slapinski, I'm going to come down this time.
Yeah. He should. He really, really should. And well, here comes Paul Witt. Paul is coming. He still hasn't got that lap back yet, and his times are going to start falling off here pretty quick. But I think...
Yeah, he's been out there 15 laps now.
Here goes. Gary's coming in.
Made it to halfway. That was the
Yes,
plan
sir.
all along.
And it looks like Jacob Edson's going to stay out here. He wants to lead a lap. A bonus point for Jacob Edson. I'm sure we'll probably see him come in on the next lap too, because it looks like a lot of them, yeah, a lot of them are coming in. Oh my gosh, yeah, look at them all. Pit road is a busy, busy place right now.
Yes, it is. Joel Guy is down to 17% quality, Rudy. I think and there he
Uh-oh.
goes. He just dropped connection.
Oh, no. And here comes Jacob Edson in. All right, so that may put Dave Acacia in the lead here. I don't know if he's going to come around and lead a lap yet, but he would be the last one out there that needs to come to pit road.
And
I'm
think
not
about
sure.
how far Paul Witt was behind Gary Slapinski when he pitted. He was about 10 seconds behind. And now Slapinski, who has fresher tires right now, so he'll gain some of that back. But right now, Slapinski comes out of pit road 10 seconds behind Paul Witt.
Yeah, but Paul's got 18 laps on them tires, so it ain't going to be long. Okay, so
Yeah,
Dave
no.
Acacia, he is coming around. It looks like he is coming to pit road. He probably will cross the line here and get a lap led before Paul Witt gets there. We'll see. I just kind of want to see here real quick if he does. Nope, he's not going to do it. Oh, my gosh.
Paul Witt leads the first lap of the race.
Yep. Yes, sir. Wow. Yeah, Joel Guy out. Oh, my gosh, man. I can't believe.
And Michael Pegg has gotten around Gary Slapinski with that round of pit stops.
Yeah.
I'm sure he thought he was going to inherit the lead, but Paul Witt had something to say about that.
Yeah. Well, but like I said, he should be able to close up on Paul because Paul has 20 lap old tires now. Michael's only got 6 lap old tires. So they should be able to close that gap up pretty good with the help of Gary Slapinski's draft. Gary's got to get to him first, though. He's a half a second behind.
Yep. The only other drivers to have led laps tonight, Jacob Edson has led 2, and Paul Witt's coming around to lead his third.
Yeah, they're closing on him. They've gained over a second on him right now.
But with that, with Edson having led 2 laps, no one else can match Gary Slapinski right now. He's led 49, but he has locked in the most laps led.
That's right. Yep. He's clinched it. So no problem for the most laps led for Gary. That's just all part of trying to help him close that gap on Michael Pegg. Now, Gary hasn't, he's led a lap. Michael Pegg has not led a lap yet. So if he could get a bonus point, his goal here right now would be to try to get by Paul Witt and get a lap led so he gets a bonus point. So that'll kind of cancel out Paul Witt's bonus point and Gary Slapinski for leading a lap. But Gary's still got those, clinch the most laps led. If you notice, Gary's in dirty air right now.
Yeah.
And he's not running as good.
No, and where he's at right now, it's really hard to pass.
Yeah. Schoenemann comes up in front of him, and Gary wasn't too appreciative of that. I don't think. He says,
Yeah. Now they're not running for position, and Schoenemann is actually a lap down, trying to get his lap back on fresh tires.
Yeah, he's actually 2 laps down. Yeah, Schoenemann's actually 2 laps down. So, and, Dirty Dawn now 2 laps down. Damon Cox 1 lap down. And I'm showing David Casey he's the last one on the lead lap in 10th.
Yep. And the field is barreling down on Paul Witt right now.
Yep, 1.2 seconds and gaining. They're sniffing the draft now. They can almost smell. There they go. They can smell the draft now. Yeah. Schoenemann is actually helping them a little bit. He's in between Paul Witt and Michael Pegg, so they're kind of using the draft off of Schoenemann, and Schoenemann just drives on by. And look at this, folks. Oh my goodness, it's going to happen.
He is going to try to use Paul Witt as a pick to get back to the lead. and does. Here he goes. That's how you use a pick, ladies and gentlemen, right there. The very
Yep.
definition.
Oh my goodness, look at that. Peg's gonna get by.
And Peg still hasn't let a lap, Rudy.
I know he would love to get that bonus point. I was looking at it. I don't know if it was in this series or one of the other series that Michael has the most bonus points out of any of the drivers out there. I don't remember what series it was in. I'll look in this series real quick here. Can't remember which one it was. Nope, I take that back. Okay, in this series, Gary has the most bonus points. Michael Peg second. So, but now let's see, truck series. Michael Peg's got the most in the truck series. He beat Gary Slapinski by a couple. Now in the Xfinity series, the Super Speedway series, Michael's leading all three series right now. Paul Witt has the most bonus points. That's where we're sitting right now. So Gary back in the lead. Now what happened to Paul Witt? He went to pit road again. Oh man, and he goes back a lap down again, Dwayne.
Yeah, remember, he's on the 2/3 strategy there.
Right.
He was trying to wait till lap 66, but realized just how bad his tires were. Came in to get those fresh tires now.
Yeah.
So he's kind of made his bed. Whatever he gets now, if they don't have a caution, is what he gets. But yeah, these other guys only stopping once, where he's had to stop twice now. I don't think it's going to work out too well for him.
Well, taking a look at the analytics here, folks, we've had no caution so far tonight, and we've had 3 lead changes with 37 to go. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. We do appreciate it. Give us a thumbs up on the video if you don't mind. You can check out our full broadcast schedule at MaxspeedTV.com and follow us on Facebook at Facebook.com/MaxspeedTV. And of course, I'd like to give a shout out to my friend Billy watching here tonight and wishing him a very happy birthday. Happy birthday there, Billy. I'm not going to sing happy birthday to you because I'm a terrible singer, but happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday. And folks, go out to your shed. If you've got shellac out there, hide it. Because Slapinski is running away with it again.
Yeah, he is. He is, yep. Another shellacking, no doubt. All right, so Jacob Edson now in third. Travis Turnmeyer fourth. And Gasman now back to fifth place. This is not where he wanted to be after having such a good car at the beginning of the race and running. He stayed in second almost the whole first half of the race. He was just that good, you know?
Yeah.
Tristan, go ahead.
Now, this is being there, and that's all due to getting on and off pit road when he did. He didn't have necessarily a bad stop. Just he didn't come down and get away as cleanly as Slapinski and some of these other guys did.
Well, I know sometimes Billy doesn't listen until toward the end of the race, but again, I just want to make sure that he hears me when I say happy birthday, Billy. You're a great friend. Peg looking to maybe try to get a win here tonight. And like you said, he still has not led a lap yet. And I don't think he's going to talk his buddy Gary into letting him lead a lap either.
No, Gary has got this place figured out.
Yeah.
Whenever we come here, that car is on a rail.
Yeah. Because if he probably knows if he lets Peg get ahead of him, Peg's going to check out just like Gary is. Because I really think clean air is a big, significant thing here tonight.
It definitely is. And we knew it was going to be hard to pass coming into this race, and right now you're seeing that as they run.
Well, let's go back and check on Paul Witt here now. He just cleared Gasman, which Gasman's in 5th. And now he is coming up on Travis Turnmeyer. He's got those fresh tires. So he may have a pretty good shot here at getting his lap back. But, boy, he's got to go all the way around the track then to try to run these boys down again. I don't know, man. I'm not too convinced about that strategy. Are you, Dwayne? Dwayne?
You got me?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Don't know what was going on with my headset there, but I was talking. You weren't hearing me.
Nope. I'm not too convinced about that strategy that Paul Witt had. Are you?
I'm not. No, I mean, if it had been, the chance of cautions,
Yeah.
it wouldn't have been a bad strategy because, they've got 4 sets. You use 2 of them here. You still got 2 in reserve, but the fact that it's going the entire way green so far,
Yep.
and with the way the field's gotten stretched out, being able to make it on 1 stop versus 2, 1 stop is always going to win over 2 stops.
Now, maybe, like next week at Las Vegas, maybe that would be a good strategy. That track always does seem to kind of, well, I'm not going to say always, but most times, it kind of becomes a fuel mileage race there. And I ain't quite sure why, What's the difference between that 1.5 miles and this 1.5 miles?
Biggest difference, I mean, they're shaped almost exactly the same. There's a little less. The front stretch is definitely more curved here than it is at Vegas. And then Vegas doesn't have that progressive banking.
Right,
and that's
right.
really the biggest difference. So you'll find guys in the middle lane most of the time.
Right.
You can make passes on the bottom, but usually the middle lane off. You don't want to be too high. You don't want to be too low at that track.
Yep. Well, Michael Pegg has closed the gap right up on Gary now. I wonder if maybe he might have sweet talked Gary into, hey, let me lead a lap here, buddy, so I can get a bonus point.
Probably not. I think what Pegg's hoping for right now is a little help from Schooneman, giving him some drafting assistance to try to get by.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, because Gary doesn't want Michael to lead a lap, because then that's a bonus point that he's gonna cancel out.
Yeah. And Pegg is definitely giving it his all. This is the race. Either Pegg's going to get by him, or he's going to burn up his stuff. So right now, this is your race for the win.
Yep. All right, we're coming to 25 to go this time by. But caution free the whole way, folks. If you're just joining us, man, it's been some great racing too. Wow, man, Paul Witt, he is closing in on these guys to get his lap back. He did get around Damon Cox, so that put him in the lucky dog position if a caution would come out. And second place, Michael Pegg is just ahead of him. And like I said, I wasn't convinced with that strategy that Paul Witt, and I'm sure he's probably beating himself up about it right now too. But once you do that first stop, Dwayne, you're committed now.
Yeah, you because there was no way where he stopped, he was not going to be able to make it the rest of the way.
Right.
He had to come down to take those tires.
Well, he's coming up on Michael Pegg to get that. Him and Gary wants to get by those two very quickly here and try to get back on the lead lap, but he's got to go way around the track to catch back up to him again. Sure, he's going to get a top 10 finish, but golly, man, he's going to let Gary get out of here, walk away with a lot of bonus points tonight, and that's going to hurt Paul in the points.
Yeah, now I don't think he's going to lose position because Dave Acacia is in 8th, just a,
Right.
on the track. But
Right. It's going to make them two very close. So.
yeah, it'll
Closer.
close that up. But yeah, Slipinski is set right now to gain the maximum points here.
Yep. Here goes Paul Witt. He's passing up Michael Pegg. That's Michael's got second. He's in second right now.
And I think if I'm Michael Pegg, I let Witt go by me and then use him to draft by Slipinski.
Hey, good idea. I like that. That is an excellent idea. Yes. Yes, you are correct. Yeah, I never gave that a thought till you just said that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But I don't know if he's listening in or not. But man, now I know Michael's not listening in. But man, that would be an excellent idea. He could use Paul Witt right there.
And now the problem Paul has is that yes, he's got fresher tires, but been out here 17 laps on those tires, so it's starting to equalize now.
Right.
And that's why he has not been able to blow by these two like he has everyone else.
Oh, he'll probably eventually get by them. But,
Yeah.
you know, because sure, their tires are going to get very bad, you know, but about the time he does get by him, he won't be able to pull away because his tires will be shot then, you know?
Yeah. And right now, Michael Pegg is not doing himself any favors by racing Paul Witt.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
Slipinski is taking advantage and pulling away.
Yep, just making it harder and harder for Paul Witt to get back on that lead lap. But he's still 9th place, you know, 9th is 9th, whether you're on the lead lap or 2 laps down, doesn't matter, you know, it's still 9th. And you get the 9th place points.
And the reason I said it that way, because Paul Witt is in the same situation Slipinski is. He doesn't want to see Michael Pegg lead a lap and get a bonus point.
Right. Yep. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's what he could be thinking that too, because, you know, he knows if he passes Pegg, Pegg's going to latch onto that bumper and he's going to go by Gary and lead a lap. Yeah. Man, you're thinking all the time. You know that?
Well, drivers, Rudy, believe it or not, no matter what they tell you, every lap of every race, they're thinking about points, especially as the season starts to wind on. If you're in the top 5 in points, you're thinking about it every lap.
Yeah. I think there's, gosh, I'm not sure. Is there 3 or 4 races left after tonight? I can't remember.
I can double check.
Don't see. Tonight is race number 9 out of 12, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. So now this series, I know we're a week ahead of the other two.
Right.
You know, the other two will only be race number 8, where this one here is race number 9 this week. So Friday will be race number 8 for the truck series, and then Saturday will be race number 8 for the super speedway series. So yeah, this one here, we started this one a week early. I don't remember there was a reason why. Gosh, I can't remember now. It slipped from my mind. There was a reason why.
Yeah, so we've got 3 races left after tonight. Las Vegas, Kentucky, and then we end the season at Talladega.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh my gosh, that is interesting. I remember back in one of the other leagues I used to do, well, 2 of them actually, 2 leagues did it. When one did it, the other one kind of copied, and it worked out because it was amazing. They ran Talladega the next to the last race, and oh my gosh, it was like a wild card race for a lot of guys, you know, that were borderline to making it, you know. And oh my gosh, did it change the points. It was great. It was great. I loved it. But that way, they ran it the next to the last race. Not the last race, but the next to the last race.
Right. And these guys have some company up front, as Gary Ragland has been on pit road. He's got 12 laps on his tires. He's going to go by these guys in a hurry.
All right, well, he clears Paul Witt.
And there goes Michael Pegg trying to get the draft.
Yeah, he's coming down here trying to get that. Yeah, that's not a bad idea to do that, because he really wants that bonus point. He knows if he can get by Gary, he may be able to win this. I mean, we're coming to 10 to go, here in a couple more laps.
Yeah, it's been a fast race, really. We're not even at 9 p.m. in the East Coast yet.
Yeah, I know it. This is pretty crazy, man. Hey, if Michael finishes second, I want to interview him.
Okay.
I'll let you finish. You can interview the leader in third. How's that?
Okay.
We'll switch roles, because I want to interview Michael if he finishes third.
Okay.
Well, which I'm sure he's going to. Jacob Edson is 4.7 back, but still, man, what a race for Jacob Edson! I'm telling you.
Yeah, he's been doing a great job.
Yeah, I hope he comes in TeamSpeak after the race. Maybe you could mention to him after the race is over to come into TeamSpeak.
Yep.
If you don't mind. And tell them, all three of them guys, to stay on the track, so I can get them on camera. Oh, man, Michael's really loose right there. I don't know if you caught that. He was loose as all get out. That just shows you, man, he is really abusing them tires to keep up with Gary right now. Yeah, there's nothing more he can do. Nothing more he can do. He's going to have to settle for the points. However they fall, I think Gary's going to probably gain about maybe 3 or 4 points on him. And, of course, Paul Witt, he'll drop a little bit. Him and Dave Acacia will be battling really hard for third in the points. And Jacob Edson staying right there with them. I'm telling you what, man, them top 5, they're only 30 points separating the top 5, Dwayne. That's amazing.
Yeah, for this being this late in the season, that's very close.
That is amazing.
We've got 3 races left after tonight, so they're still not mathematically eliminated.
Nope. Nah, not at all. John Schoeneman, he's taken his car behind the wall, but he was actually running pretty well there at the first part of the race, but he ends with, let's see, he's what, 6th in the points? Yeah, 6th in the points, 78 points out. This is going to hurt him tonight. He's going to drop him 13 points. So, I don't know, man. I don't know if that was a good idea for him to quit, but okay. Must have been maybe something. I don't know. Boy, I'll tell you what, Peg is so loose there. Yeah. Golly, man. Every time he comes out of 2, that car, the back end wants to go around.
And Slapinski just put Dave Acacia a lap down, so put him in 8th.
Oh, man.
And Paul Witt has a chance to get by him and not lose any points at all.
Well, that is true, yeah. Yeah, Casey is right ahead of him. Now, Dave's got 41 laps on his tires, and Paul Witt's got 32. So Paul shouldn't have a problem. But yet, we're at that point where they have equalized, I think.
Right.
Okay, Paul trying to get some draft off Dave Acacia there. He knows if he can get by Dave, that's picking up 1 more position.
And
would put him
no
in
longer
8.
losing points to him.
Yeah.
And there he goes. Paul Witt to 8th. Acacia to 9th.
Oh, there we go. Good. That's good. Very good. I don't know if Paul was aware of that, but he'll figure it out at the end there, or he can listen in on the broadcast later. That that was a very important pass right there for Paul Witt.
Yes, sir.
In the points. In the point. Because him and David Acacia were so close in the points. Video driver. Yep, video driver just came out.
Oh, no.
Well, it just jerked and perked and jerked on my computer right here because that come out. Golly, man, I hate that when that does that.
I heard it in the audio too.
Dang, I hate that when it does that. Sorry about that, folks. Golly, man, nothing I can do about that.
Wasn't too bad. You got a little robotic for a second.
Okay. Well, there you go. 3 laps to go for Gary Slapinski. If he can lead this, the rest of these laps, that'll be 90 laps out of the 100 that he has left. I don't know, man. We got to come up with something other than shellac because he's used all the shellac in the United States. There's nothing. I don't think there's any left. We may have to go to like varnish or something.
Maybe.
Or just get some good old stain or something, you know? Get some good redwood stain or something. He'll have to give up on the shellacking. I'll tell you what I used to like was Minwax.
Right? That's good stuff.
Yeah, I have a deer rifle that I redone the stock and the forearm. You know, the pump, it's a pump action. And that's I put 9 coats of Minwax on it and you can't scratch it. It's really hard finish. All right, here we go. White flag
in the air. No overtime tonight. Last time around for Slapinski.
Yep. Peg knows he can't do nothing more with Slapinski, so he's just going to settle for second. Jacob Edson never closed the gap up anymore, so he is 4.3 seconds back from Michael Peg, 6.5 seconds from Gary Slapinski. But Gary, go ahead there, Dwayne. You do it well.
Sure. Coming out of 4 for the final time. Slapinski is going to look to the bottom. He will win at Kansas.
Awesome job by Gary Slapinski, man. That was an awesome race. I don't care what anybody says. That was an awesome race. But we're going to get these guys up here, so hang on a minute, folks. All right, we caught up with the winner tonight, Gary Slapinski. Holy smokes, Gary led 90 laps tonight. We've ran out of shellac in the United States because of you. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go to stain. We're going to have to use like some kind of redwood stain or something. I don't know, because you've used up all the shellac in the United States. So
between me and Michael, I don't think there's any left.
I know, there isn't. We can't find any. Believe me, we have looked. We've been to Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart. We've been everywhere. We can't find it. Well, what was the race like out there? Once you got, was clean air had to have been a factor here?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm going to tell you, clean air was probably gold. And I know Michael, when he got closer to me, I'm sure he felt those effects getting worse. I know he did.
You bet. Yeah. Wow. Well, what, you know, you guys pitted on different. You did that one pit stop. We watched Paul Witt there. He did one pit stop or 2 pit stops. So he was trying something there a little different than you guys. What made you guys think about the one pit stop? Why wouldn't you have tried 2?
Oh, I had plenty of fuel. I have 5 extra laps, so I might as well just run it out, take the 50, go in, and go back, do my little 50, call it a day.
Well, I mean, you know, the car still felt good after 50 laps, right?
Hey, it was fine for me. I was fine. So if it was really bad, and I would have took her in there and take those fresh tires for sure.
I mean, we watched Paul there when he pitted, and he got those the fresh feel goods on his car. He really powered by you guys, but now that last time there, he had equalized with you guys, and he could not clear Michael to save his life. It was just that bad, you know. He had got to the point where the tires equalized. But man, great race here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I have fresh tires past me, and then I let them go, and
I
started to catch them back again. The lap down cars. So
right.
I mean, you got to take care of your tires for sure. I think it's huge. Right front, it'll just wear right out.
Yep. Well, we rode along with you one time there, and you know, listened to how you throttled and everything, where you just kind of lifted off for about a second or 2, and then you were right back hammered down, and man, ran really well there. And I think I don't remember how many laps you had on your tires at that point, but man, it was really showing. You did just exactly what you needed to do. Next week, you guys go to Las Vegas, another 1.5 miles, but slight difference in the track. So what are you going to do different next week that you didn't do this week?
Wow, it's gonna be tricky there at Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Michael Pegg. I don't know. You got to
Yeah.
hold a pretty line with him. He's really
Yeah.
good there, so it's gonna be tough to catch him in points here. He's got 20 on me, so I don't know. I'm trying to give everything I can to get back up there. It's gonna be tough.
But after tonight, I think you closed that gap a little bit on him because you led a lap, the most laps, and I'm sure you probably had a clean race, didn't you?
Yes, clean race.
Okay.
I didn't get
So
the pole. Kind of missed that with Ray.
Yeah, but you still, man, that's pretty good. You cleaned up a lot of points on there. I'm saying you're going to probably close the gap up maybe 5, 6, 7 points or something. But you pulled it back away from Paul Witt because of his pitting strategy he had. So, all right, well, before you get out of here, Gary, who you got to thank?
Oh, I'd like to thank, of course, you, Rudy, and Wayne. You guys do an awesome job out here, and I really appreciate that. Lucky Dog Racing, MaxspeedTV. I would like to thank my wife and kids for letting me do this every night. And everybody out there, thanks for watching, and I hope everybody enjoyed the show.
All right, 90 laps led here tonight. And we're saying he's going to have to use Redwood Stain now because we ran out of shellac. There's none left between him and Michael cleaning it all up. So go celebrate that, Gary. We'll see you next week, brother.
Thank you.
Well, Rudy, I will let you go ahead and do the interview you wanted to do.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we never did get Jacob in here. So, Michael Pegg, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Wow, there was just nothing you could do with Gary at the end there. And asking you the same thing, was it you were in dirty air? Was it making a big difference?
Yeah, I couldn't get going on the start. We had lap traffic, or it wasn't lap traffic, but traffic. I couldn't get up to him, and then by the time I did get to him, it was in the late 30s, almost 40 laps. By the time I, got around to second place, and then by then we were just waiting for pit stops, and then I got new tires. I wanted to lead a lap, and then Paul stayed out because he was doing a different strategy. So it was enabled with all the lap traffic. It just didn't work out for me.
Yeah, well, that's what we were watching, and Dwayne hit right on what we thought was would have been a good strategy for you was to let Paul go by you and then hook onto the draft with him and pull you by Gary for the win. But we couldn't tell you that info, without interfering. So, but man, what a race this was! Caution free the whole night. Michael?
Yeah, it's tough out there. It was.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
It's the setup was tough because you have to run against the wall, and I don't like doing that.
Yeah, I know it. It made it so hard to pass. Now, we watched you. You had a different line than everybody else when you kind of dropped it down to about the middle line in the corners where a lot of guys stayed up on the high side. Did you felt a little bit better down there in that middle lane?
I was just trying to find some speed to get going to catch Gary because I knew I could see him each lap pulling away.
Yeah. Well, now Gary says you're going to be the threat next week at Las Vegas. Are you going to have something for Gary and make sure you get those points back that he gained on you tonight?
Yeah, hopefully we can get a good clean start and get gone and check out.
Yeah.
That's what the plan is.
I was surprised you weren't on the pole tonight. Really, I was.
Yeah, me too. But turn 1 and 2 was tough tonight for some reason.
Yep.
I think I went a little wide.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I was totally shocked there. Ray Zercut took the pole away from Gary and you, so. But good job out there tonight, Michael. Who you got to thank for second?
I thank all the guys from Lucky Dog coming out. We'll thank MaxspeedTV. We'll thank our sponsor, FOC. And I want to thank Tracy, Molly, and Cash.
All right, very good. Very good. Well, I wished Billy a happy birthday on there. I don't know if he heard it or not, but I'll say it again. Happy birthday there, buddy. Hope you have a good one. All right, well, thanks, Michael. We'll see you next week, brother. Go celebrate that second place, man. Very good.
See you, buddy.
All right. Well, we can't talk to Jacob Edson, but he's already left, but he finishes in the third place there, Jacob Edson. Big congratulations to him. He did lead a couple laps tonight, though, Dwayne. That's pretty amazing.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I think he might have gained a little bit on Dave Acacia there. It's going to be close with Paul Witt, Dave Acacia, and Jacob Edson. It's going to be close the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, actually, I just looking at the points right now. Rudy Slapinski is now down to 16 points behind Michael Pegg. Edson moved up to third. He is 30 points behind the lead. Paul Witt dropped to fourth, 31 points back. And Acacia is fifth, 36 points back.
Oh, boy, that
So
really
very
threw
tight.
Oh, my gosh. That's unbelievable, man. That's great. Holy smokes. Well, yeah. Well, anyhow, we will run down through the final results here, folks. Let's see if we can get this here. Where the heck is it? All right. Okay, so Gary Slapinski coming home with the win. Michael Pegg second. Jacob Edson finishing third. Travis Turnmeyer fourth. Let's see, that would have been Tristan Underwood fifth. Gasman sixth. Todd Willis seventh. God, good run for Todd, man. Paul Witt eighth. David Casey ninth, and Damon Cox runs out the top 10. Dwayne?
Gary Ragland will bring it home 11th. Dirty Don Davis rebounds to 12th. John Schoeneman out in 13th. Joel Guy 14th. Ray Zerkut 15th. And Chris Hogue with an early accident out in 16th position.
Yeah, that's too bad. Because, man, Chris is, I was kind of hoping maybe we could have got him up here and helped us in the booth tonight, but apparently maybe he just didn't feel like he wanted to. But anyhow, congratulations to Gary Slapinski. Thanks for tuning in tonight, folks. We do appreciate it. And Dwayne, thank you so much for helping. Folks, until next time, stay safe and have a good night.
Good night, everybody.